Welcome to the first episode of the 2023 season. The junk removal and dumpster rental season, okay? I was just watching a video by Matt and JoJo. They were talking about taxes and things they won't take and so on and so forth. And it really got me thinking that it's time to do another video, okay? She talked about something about the blooming of flowers means the junk removal business is booming, okay? Well, up here in the north, up here in Maine, we don't have anything blooming yet. We still got snow and more snow on the way, and I think it was like 10 degrees today. But it really got me thinking about, I just finished out last year, just got my taxes done. I'll talk about that in a minute. But it really got me thinking about, geez, we need to pre-season, you know? We need some, just like the NFL, they got their pre-season games, they got their training camps and so on and so forth. And we really need to take this opportunity, okay, in the slow season to really fix some mistakes from last year. Maybe we need to do some work on some equipment, some trailers, some whatever it may be, okay? This is the perfect opportunity. End of February, March is coming soon. We'll get a couple of early customers probably in March, and then April, we're full swing again. I don't know a better time than right now to start getting stuff in order. So let's talk about taxes real quick. JoJo was saying something about, make sure you do quarterly taxes and all that, and that's great advice. We will definitely be doing that this year. Last year we did something a little different. And kind of let me start at the beginning. We started out in junk removal. The reason we started a junk removal company was because we had a bunch of crap laying around the house that we just bought. We needed to get rid of it. So we bought a dump trailer, get rid of our stuff, and thought there might be a good market for, something like that locally. So we started a junk removal business. Now, I used to be military, retired military, and I bought a couple of houses along the way when I was in the military, and we still had one that we had bought down in Texas, and we had bought it brand new, got a steal on it, and we were able to sell it this year and make one hell of a profit on selling that house. But because we were renting it, it was a rental property for the last few years, 5 years or so. We weren't able to get away from the capital gains taxes. So when we pulled $130,000 out of that house cash, I needed a place to put it. We already own another home that's our primary residence, so we weren't able to defer that capital gains by buying another property. So I put it into the business, and we got into the roll-off dumpsters. We piled about $35,000 cash at first, plus we paid off my truck. All said and done, it was over $80,000. And I was really worried that we were going to owe 20 grand or so in taxes. The business did pretty well last year. We, of course, sold that house. I was working full time, blah, blah, blah. We made, a ton of money, and I was really worried that we were going to owe some money. So what ended up happening was we hired an accountant. Now, JoJo had just talked about that in their live video about hiring a CPA. I couldn't agree with that more. We hired a CPA just to do our taxes. We're going to use her throughout the year also, but we hired her to do our taxes, and she was able, because we did good bookkeeping, she was able to actually negate all of the capital gains taxes from selling that house. Now, unfortunately, it does show that the business lost about $11,000, which I'm not concerned with because we own everything outright. Bought everything cash, gave the truck to the business, gave a few other things to the business. We were able to buy the computer systems we needed. Even the cameras that we do our commercials with and that I'm doing this YouTube video with, we were able to write all that stuff off. So that's really good. So that closes out last year. So now this year, January was pretty busy. We had some pretty good weather in January, not a lot of snow. We were able to book some dumpsters and a little bit of junk removal. February, I just stopped all my advertising. I was tired of going out dealing with the snow and the mud and the slush and this and that, the cold weather. So we basically just took February off. But now that March is coming, we're ramping back up. Okay, we're ready to start the new year. All of our equipment paid for. We have our office set up. We have all the software that we need. We're using Docket. I'll get into that in a little bit. Our website's done. Yada yada yada. So while we showed an $11,000 loss last year, this year we should show a very considerable profit, even if we paced out the same as we did last year, which I suspect this year is going to be a lot better for a couple of reasons. So we started junk removal last year in July, didn't get our dumpsters till end of October, and really, so here in the Northeast, you're really still looking at wintertime. Hauling dumpsters in the winter sucks. We didn't need to haul dumpsters because, like I said before, everything's paid for. Sitting in the driveway, it's not making me any money. However, it's not costing me any money either. So, how are we going to gear up for the year? Well, we had saved away a bunch of money for taxes that we're not going to need. Okay, to pay taxes, we're going to reinvest that back into the business. And that's the biggest reason that we lost $11,000 last year, is because everything that we made, we reinvested. And that allowed us to write off a lot of deductions. Not only were we able to write off our home office, but we also use our garage to store equipment, to work on equipment, and we were able to write off that square footage also. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to really see a CPA, find out the nuances of your state, and of course the federal taxes. They're going to know that. But yeah, this is the time. This is the time right now to start pre-season planning and getting ready for the season. If you're waiting until April, or God forbid May, you're going to be behind the curve. If you're doing maintenance on your equipment and you're waiting until April, yeah, you're behind the curve. So this is my goals for the year. Outside of dumpster rental goals, I have goals. I want to rent 4 to 6 a week. By July, I plan on doubling my fleet. I want to buy 5 more. If that happens, I don't know, but that's my goal. My other goal is to really start almost a round table, if you will, of some of the key players in this business online. And I'll throw some names out there like Lewis with Blue Crocus Solutions, Matt Fitch. There's t-shirt guys, there's SEO guys, there's of course, Josh Roman, you got Life's Apprentice, all of those guys. What can we do for this industry so that we can maybe get rid of some of the YouTube let's make $1 million in a day type of people. Let's have a roundtable discussion on how we can best set up new people in this industry. I don't know what that looks like, but I feel there's so many scammers out there targeting this niche, I'm not sure how that is, but they're targeting us. And how can we get away from that? And how can we point new people that want to get into this business? How can we point them in the right direction for website, for SEO, for insurance, so on and so forth? I think that some of the leaders in this industry, and I'm not one of them by any means, I hope to be an up-and-comer, but we need to get together and talk and see how we can collaborate a little bit better, maybe. And the reason I say that, I see Lewis doing a lot of podcasts with some amazing people. He just did one the other day with Matt Fitch. He did one today I watched it today. A speech and communications guy. I mean, that was awesome. And this is all in the off season. So imagine what we can do if we all came together during the hot season, all right? And how we could better this industry. So that's my plan for the year. I called this the Dumpster Vlog, episode 1, season 2. This is my second season. It's my first episode, really, of the year. I want to kind of put these out and just say what's on my mind and see if we can get some good stuff going for some of these new people that are looking at this industry. Maybe to dissuade them, maybe to encourage them. Hard telling. All right, thanks for watching. Tune in next week. I'm going to be doing another one. So, take care.